When adding decision-making logic in Java, the programmer often uses relational operators to compare two values. Some relational operators are less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to. We also have two equal signs, which allows us to compare two values. Remember that a single equal sign represents an assignment. That's when you're setting one value to another value. So we needed a way to say, are these two things equal? And we use two equal signs. And finally, not equal. You'll see in Java and many programming languages we use the exclamation point to indicate not. So in this case, we would read this as not equal. In addition, sometimes it's necessary to join two or more statements. This is done using logical operators. We have the AND operator, which looks like this, two ampersands. And then we have the OR operator, which is two pipes. In Java, we use the keyword if and determine if it is true or false. We also have the keyword else, which provides the statement or statements that are executed if the first condition evaluates to false. So in our example, if the outside temperature is less than 32, then we want to wear a coat. So we're going to print a message to the user that says wear a coat. Else. The else means that the outside temp was not less than 32, so it has to be 32 or higher. In that case, we'll have system.out.println, you don't need a coat. The order of a comparison is very important. Let's take a look at an example that uses the total sale price to determine the shipping amount. As you can see at the top of my program, I have included the shipping rates. If the total cost is over $75, shipping is free. If you spend between $50 and $75, the cost for shipping is $5. If you spend over $25 but less than $50, then you have to pay $10. And finally, anything less than $25 is a $15 shipping fee. So let's go ahead and write a program that will allow us to ask the user for the total cost of the sale and evaluate that and add the appropriate shipping rate. Because we want to prompt the user, I've already gone ahead and added import java.util.scanner. Let's declare our variables. We know we need to hold the total sale. So let's add total sale. I'm going to start it out with a value of 0. We haven't done this yet. When you declare a variable, you can set it to an initial value. Since at this point the total sale has not been made, I'm going to set it equal to 0 to start. Now I need to create my scanner object. So scanner in equals new scanner, parentheses, system.in. At this point, we need to ask the user to tell us what was the total sale amount. When you hear those words, ask the user, think prompt the user with a system.out.println statement. Okay, so the program will stop here, print the message to the console, and wait for the user to enter in the amount. So when the user enters it in, I want to read it into my total sale variable. Total sale equals in.nextDouble. Now I need to check and see where it falls in my pricing structure. Let's start with the bottom. If the total sale is less than $25, then we're going to add a $15 shipping fee. So the first thing I want to do is use an if statement. The syntax for the if statement is if, open parentheses, and inside I'm going to indicate my condition, which will evaluate to true or false. So if total sale is less than 25, okay, so if that value in the parentheses is true, then we need to execute one or more statements. So the way that I indicate the block of code that I want to execute is I use curly brackets. So if that's the case, then I want to add to my total sale. So I'm going to do total sale total sale equals total sale plus $15, because I said there's a $15 shipping fee if the total sale was less than $25. I'm going to scroll down a little bit so you can see more of the code. Now I want to check the next condition. So here, what I want to do is I want to say else. That means that the total sale was at least $25 or more. The next breaking point that I have is $50. So now I can say else if total sale is less than $50. Because I know if it was less than 25, I already added the $15, and I will not execute this statement. This time, I want to add to my total sale. So total sale is equal to total sale plus $10. Okay, we have one more condition to check for before we get free shipping. Now we'll say else if total sale is less than 75. Actually, less than or equal to, because it's if the total sale price is over $75. So we have to do less than or equal to 75. And if that's the case, I need to add a $5 shipping charge to my total sale. Now I've accounted for all of my scenarios, because if the total sales was greater than 75, I don't need to add anything to it. At this point, I want to print out my result. So I will say total cost for your sale is, I'll use the plus sign because I want to add to it the total sale value. Okay, we have our program. It looks right. We need to test each one of the different scenarios. Let's run the program and try it. Okay, let's start with a total that is less than 25. So let's say my total is $10. I know that I should get a $15 shipping fee. It looks like that's working because 10 plus 15 gives me $25. If I run it again and try the next bracket, let's add one for $30. This time, I should get a $10 shipping fee. So far, so good. Let's continue and do one between 50 and 75. I'll do 65. It added $5. That's correct. And then finally, I want one that's over $75. So let's say our total sale was $100. It looks like it's working. We don't have to pay any shipping since our total sale amount was greater than $75. Okay, this was an example of how to use the decision structure using if and else statements.